Good morning, all. So today we are going to see the next topic that is Azure Artifact. So please confirm, am I audible and screen is visible to all?
Yes, sir. Screen is
Yes.
visible and you are audible.
Thank you for the confirmation. So today we are going to see what is Azure Artifact. So we are covered the services like, so we have covered what is Azure DevOps. So we have seen Azure boards, Azure repos, pipelines, and test plan is the left. So that we will going to cover, but this is not that much required for a DevOps engineer. But where these are the boards are the service which will be used by the Scrum administrator or the project administrators. We will be more interested in the services called repos, pipelines, and artifacts. So these three are the more important, and that two pipelines we will have more work related to these services. So today we are going to see what is artifact. So artifact is nothing but, if you understand Git repository, so it is similar. It is nothing but the repository of artifacts. So what is the artifact? So it is nothing but the packages. Let's say you are designing one application, and here you want some functions. So it is not necessary like developer will write each and every function for his application. So what developers will do, they will use the packages or functions which are already defined, and then they will simply call it into their application. And so this is nothing but, this is called as an artifacts repository. So this may be a multiple artifacts repositories are there. One is a JFrog, Nexus, and similarly to that, Microsoft created their own Azure Artifact. So if you look, so this is just like a Git. So here what we do, we store our code into the Git repository. But when we have seen the pipeline, build pipelines, so we create the builds that is called as a artifacts. So for example, this is, let's understand, this is an application. Uh, let's take example of a banking application. So this is a code and which will be used to calculate the simple interest. So this code has been created, this code has been written by the developer, and that code has been stored in a Git repository. So whenever he wants to use this application, simple interest, so every time he will not write that code again. So what he will do, he will create a package of it, and it will stored inside the repository. So this is just a hypothetical example. So here he will use create a package. So this package will have all the code which is responsible to calculate the simple interest. And let's say now developer is writing a new application where he has to uh, calculate the parameters. So what he will do, so this is a, let's take a loan form, and here now he wants to calculate the interest. So again he don't need to write that code again. So what we will do, so he will use that package simple interest. Like he will, if you have learned Java, so you may have seen the like import star this. So what is this? This is nothing but they are calling those packages. So why this is required? To save the time and increase the reusability of a code. So every time, let's say you are integrating a hardware, right? So you may have seen the POS machines, or you are having multiple devices which you need to use. So every time it is not possible to write that code by each and every developer. So what they provide a packages. So which, using that packages, we will able to connect that hardware and we can deploy on it. So this is a store where builds are stored. So this is nothing but the artifact repository. So if you look into the, so there are multiple options available in the artifactory. So you can just Google, I will show. tools. So here you can see these are the JFrog, Docker, NuGet. So all are having their own artifact store, and these are stored. Everyone store these repository and packages to that repository. So here npm is there, Apache is there. So multiple are there. So whenever the depending on the application which you are designing, you can use the packages. So similarly, as we have seen, Microsoft is creating a one solution for all using Azure DevOps. So for the people using a Jira, ServiceNow, they have created boards. The people we are using a GitHub, they have created Azure repositories. People using a Jenkins, they have created pipelines. And then test scenario, like if someone is using a test automation tool, so they have created test plans. And this is the artifact. So this is uh, created to replace, like this can be used to store your artifacts. So this is the Microsoft Azure DevOps. They try to merge all the tools which are required for the DevOps services and DevOps practices, and they have provided all tools in a single application called as Azure DevOps Services or Azure DevOps Server. So now today we will see how we can use that artifact repository and how we can store the our build to the artifact. So let's start. So for that, we will need one project. So I have already taken that project. So log into GitHub. Yeah, so this is a project which we are going to use. This is a Nike landing page. So this is a simple project which just has a landing page.
Your voice is breaking.
Hello, am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay, don't know what's happening. I have changed the headset as well. We'll figure it out. Okay, so here just if you want to copy any open source project, go to their HTTPS, copy this, come to your Azure account, create a new project. Click create, a new project will be created. Okay, so now this is a project we created. It don't have anything. So go to repositories, and here we are going to import the repository. So select import. Repository will be Git. Paste the URL and click on import. So this way the complete. So we have done this lot of time. So here, okay. So this project is imported successfully. So now we need to, next step would be creating a pipeline. So this project has uses the npm packages. So go to pipelines, create a pipeline. You can go classic editor as well. We will go for YAML repository. Select a starter pipeline. So we can remove this. So here we will write the stages. So just types S and it will show stages. Then you have to define the stage. So let's say this is a build stage. Then under stage, we know what we have to write. We have to need jobs. So select jobs. Then this is a jobs is we are creating a list. So jobs can be a multiple jobs. So just type J and it will show. Give a name to the job. We can have the same name like build. Then under job, we need to select the pool. So use this way so that your indentation will be proper. You don't need to again fix that indentation later. If you are not getting the desired one, so just add spaces and you will get. So we need to define here a pool which we are going to use. So we will use Ubuntu latest. So pool we have seen like in detail pool self-hosted agent we have created in last session as well. So then once you've done the job, then you will write steps. Inside steps, you will have tasks or a script. So here we will select the task and we will write npm or simply we can use show assistant and search here task called npm. Click add. So remove this. So here you can see it's indentation issue. Select everything and press tab. So it is removed. So you can see it is properly indented. So now here,
Again, you are not audible.
hello, am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So what I'm doing, just removing headset and plugging back. So okay. So here what we are doing, we need to use a command, and this type we need to give the some parameters with this, like tailwinds. So don't worry about this command because this command will be provided by the developer. So you don't need to worry. So here you can see this is showing a red line value is not accepted because this is not the standard command which is used by the npm. So here uh, we need to use a custom command, and command would be just install, sorry, custom. And here we need to mention custom. So here it tells the command, this is a custom command, is not a predefined command. So it's a new command which we have created. So now it looks perfect. So we don't need custom endpoint. Okay. So in this step, we install the npm packages. So now we will need one more npm package. So here we can go search task, add npm, select, click add. Okay, again we can see this is not aligned. So now you can get aligned with shift tab, it will come back. So again command will be our custom command. Custom command is run build. And we need one more step for the publish. Okay. So command is here, publish. Then we need to mention the working directory. Dot slash this. I will explain everything. So just publish registry, use field. Okay. So here, okay, let me show it again. I am just saving it. Save. Okay. So if you look at this pipeline, these are the normal steps which we are doing. Like first is installing the package and then running the build. And then what we are doing next, we are publishing artifact, and we are publishing it in an agent only. But now this time we want to publish it in an artifacts. So we need to go to artifact here, and then first create a feed. So feed is nothing but just like we create a repository. So this is a create a feed. So you can give a name to this. So feed is nothing but the artifact repository. So give any name and visibility. So to whom it should be visible. So member of practice organization. So whoever are the member of this organization, they will have the visibility of this artifact. Or if you don't want to give visibility to all, you can select a specific people. And scope will be a project. So this will be used by a scope. So this will be available only in this project Nike landing page. If you want this package should be available for the entire organization, then we can select it as an organization. So at this point, we are just doing a scenario. So you can keep everything as it is, but just try to understand what it means. So it says recommended because it should be not visible to everyone until and unless it is required. So as you know, like Azure, it's in cloud, you need to give the list permissions to every resources. Okay. Now here you can see feed has been created, and here you can see this is the organization scope feeds and this is a project scope feeds. So we have created a project scope. So that's why this feed is available only inside the project. So keep it here as it is. Okay. So now come back to pipeline. Edit pipeline. Now add the task npm. So here command would be publish, and working directory would be /dist. And here you can see registry location, external npm registry including other accounts collection. So here I will select the registry where we want to publish it. So this is one which we created. So here, if you want to go for external registry, like Nexus JFrog, then you can select that as well. But here we are using the Azure Artifact. So I select a target registry and click add. So now you can see this has been added. Okay. So now I have created a pipeline with 3 steps. The first step, we install the npm packages, then we run the build, and then we are publishing. It means like earlier we were storing it in a Azure DevOps pipeline itself. Like if I add, so let that task, then you will understood that we are using npm add. So we were using the task called publish build artifact. So this was task which we were using earlier. Let me take this to the so we were using a task publish build artifacts, and here we were selecting the location. The location was Azure pipelines, so it was got selected itself. So if you look at this, so here we were giving the location, like, and it was stored in a artifact publish Azure pipelines, means the pool where we are running the pipeline, we were using that same machine to store our artifact. But now what we are doing, we are using a repository Azure Artifact. So our build will be stored in the Azure Artifact. Okay, so so nothing has been changed, just we have changed the location. Earlier we were storing that build in Azure pipeline. Now we are using Azure Artifact. So click validate and save. Click save and run. So it is running the pipeline. So let's wait. So it started. So it is installing npm now. Installation completed. It is creating the build. Okay, perfect. So now here we got the error. Why we got the error? Just try to figure it out and try to understand how to fix that error. So okay, it is saying couldn't find a debug login in the cache or working directory. Okay, so first thing what we have created a Azure artifact, but we have not given permission to it. Like we need to give a permission, then only we will be able to like pipeline will be able to produce the use the artifacts. So here we have not given the permission. So first we need to provide the permission to the artifacts. So let's come here to the artifacts. Here we can see a small button, setting button is there. Just next to the recycle bin, you can see a small feed setting button is there. If you came from the, you can see at the top right corner, feed settings button is there. So click on it. As soon as you click on it, so here you can see feed details. Like these are the details about the feeds and all. And next to that, you can see permissions. So here you can see we have need to give the access to the build pipeline. So build service. So we have created. So here we can add. We need to give the access to the contributor. And here you can see YouTube clone build service is available. Same way, we need to give the project name should be Nike and Nike landing page build service. So this service should have access to this artifact feed. Click save. And now you can see permission has been provided and it is role is a contributor. So this way we need to provide the permissions. So here you can see this practice organization is also a feed owner. These are the feed owner. Nike landing page contributors have also access contributor. So this permission is required. So we have project administrator, project Nike. Okay. So these are, you can see, these are the permissions where we can provide the. Okay. So permission part has been done. Now let's rerun the pipeline. So these are the warnings which we can ignore. Let's see. So now here you can see it has successfully completed the step. So error was just because of permission. So if we fail to provide the permission, then it will give the error. So now you can see this is npm install step. It has installed. This is a build. So here it has created a build. And this is the step where you can see it has completed. And you can see the last line, npm notice publishing. So this is the path where the build has been published. And you can see this same thing as here. So here you can see earlier it was empty, but here you can see the feed has been, the artifact has been uploaded to the, and this is our a package or artifact. So here we can see that we can download from here, we can promote or deprecate. So these are the promote means we can push it to the deployment stage, and deprecate means we will revoke this. So these are the options. So this is now here we used Azure Artifact to store our builds or artifacts. So build and artifact is a similar word, and artifacts are nothing but the packages which we created to run the application. So now we have completed build pipeline. So now let's try to host this application and use it into the release pipeline. But for Azure, for that purpose, first we need to have Azure web app. So go to home, create a resource. We need to create a web app. Create a new. So we are creating a resource group. Give a name. Or Azure Artifact demo. So this will be our resource group name, and select a runtime stack. So this is a node. So we will select node 18. Node 18 LTS, Linux, region, it doesn't matter. Anything you can select. Pricing plan, you can select basic one. So keep those changes as it is, no need to change. But here you need to, important thing is publish to the code and runtime stack should be node 18 LTS. And this is a plan which is default created, and they are base pricing plan. They have provided a basic B1. So click review plus create. Okay. So here we got an error, failure to fetch instrumentation key secret different instance or create a new. So let's see. Okay. So we forgot to give the web app name. So that's why it has error. So we can give the name page. Okay, it is not available. Okay, so web app name doesn't matter. You can give anything. Click review plus create. Okay, validation completed. So just click on create and it will create the Azure web app for us. So this thing we have done already for previous projects. So we will not spend much time here. Okay, so here let it create. It is a deployment in progress. It will create in a minute. But prior to that, here we have created, this is our Azure DevOps server, right? And we have created the resource. Now we want to give access to this. And as we have created a new project, so we need to create a new service connection. So if you go to pipelines, then service connection. So here you can see there is no service connection. So we need to establish a service connection between Azure DevOps and Azure portal. And then only we will be able to access this resource. So here you can see the resource has been created. But to access this resource from Azure DevOps, we need to create a service connection. So click on create service connection. So we have already covered one session here. So I will not spend much time. If you are new, just try to understand what's happening. So here we will selecting a service principal manual. Click next. And environment is Azure Cloud subscription ID. So these details we need to fill, and we will get those details from here. Subscription. So this is a subscription name. Just copy paste. Copy subscription name at this point of subscription name. Subscription ID. This is your subscription ID. So just copy from here. Okay, service principal ID. So this is we have already created previously. So I will use it. So we will save some time. Go to here, app registrations, all applications. Okay, so we will use this SC manual ADO. So what we need a tenant ID. So come here. Here is option tenant ID. Paste here. Then we need service principal ID. So this is nothing but application ID. So this is application ID. Copy from here. Paste here. Now here we need service principal key. So that is nothing but a secrets. So I have already stored. Yeah. So this is a secret. I will, if you are looking for the first time, you can create those secrets from here. go to certificates and secrets and create the secrets. But once you create it, you will not able to access it again. So let me create new test. Click on add. So here you can see now it is visible. But as soon as I copy and I change, so it will not visible. So make sure you store it somewhere so that if you need it in future, you can use it. Okay. So these are the details which we have to enter and then click on verify. Okay, verification succeeded. It means we have entered all fields correctly. If it is verification failed, then we need to recheck what mistake we have done and then give a name, Azure. You can give any name. And don't forget to grant access permission to all those pipelines. Description is optional, so you can skip that. Click on verify and save. So now here you can see service connection has been added. So why it is required? Because now here we have created a web app, Nike landing demo, right? So to access this, we need authentication. Like from these are the two different services. So here you can see this is a dev.azure.com. This is a service and this is a portal.azure.com. So these are the two different services provided by Microsoft. So we need to authenticate that services and hence service connection is required. So what we created a service principal and we used that to authenticate those resources. Okay. So now we have created a build. Let's summarize what we have created. First, we created artifact feed, named a feed Nike. Then we created a feed. Then we create a pipeline, build pipeline. Using this build pipeline, we created an artifact and we hosted it into the Azure Artifact. So this is a hosted, and we have given the permission to that prior using a permission. The service Nike landing page build service. So here we have given a contributor access, then it can access to that artifact. Even if we did not give the access, so we saw we get an error and we are not able to store our artifact to this. So now what we are trying to do, now we are releasing. So means we have created a build and now it's time to host this Azure Artifact to the website or application. So that's why we created a web application. So go to new pipeline. And here we will using Azure App Service deployment, select apply. Stage name, you can give any stage name to this. I will name it as a deployment. And here you can see add an artifact. So here we were selecting the build. So till that, what we are doing, we were selecting the build pipeline. And then we were selecting the build which is available in the pipeline. But now here, what we have done, we have stored our artifact. So if I expand it, so here you can see these are the multiple artifacts available. So here you can see GitHub release, Azure Container, Docker Hub, Jenkins. So we have selected Azure Artifact. So I will select this option, Azure Artifact, and then feed. So feed which we have created is a feed Nike. Then package type is a npm. So we have created npm. So I will select type as a npm and view. So here a local release. So where I want to keep this artifact. So I will select it as a pre-release. So then package. So here I can't see the package because I have created that in a local. So now this is like 2.0. If I want to keep it to the pre-release state, I can copy this package name. I can go to pre-release and then paste it. And then default version, latest would be the preferable, and source alias. So these are underscore Nike 2.0. So this is showing the artifact name. So let me open it, double tap. So you will see what is that. Okay. Okay. So here you can see this is the feed Nike 2.0. And if you go to the settings, you have seen the views. So these views are nothing but local pre-release and release. And same thing we have selected here, view, local pre-release and release. So we have selected here, we have kept our feed in a local. That's why that is available here. If we want to add one more view like UAT, so you can add it like UAT and save. So that view will get added here. So here we will select a view optional local. So package, I will select 2.0. Then default version would be latest and I will click add. So now this is the artifact. I have used Azure Artifact. So earlier we were using the build pipeline to store use the artifact. Now come to the deployment stage. There is a one job, one task. So now here stage name is a deployment. Here we need to select the subscription. So we have created a service connection. So that service connection we will use. But here you can see there is one more available as a subscription because this dev.azure.com and this portal azure.com are using the same email ID. That's why I am getting option available as a subscription. So if in this case, if I am using a same account for Azure portal and Azure DevOps, then I don't need to create a service connection. It will be automatically authenticated using your username and password. But now in organization, there is a chance like they may have a multiple tenants and every time you need to authenticate. So you need to use the manual service principal authentication. So app type, we will host it on a Ubuntu, select web app on Linux. App service name. So this is the service name which we have created in the Azure portal Azure. So we have created Nike landing demo. So this is we created. So we have to select that. So and there are other available also. So that will be also showcased. Like whatever Azure web app are there, it will be displayed here. Okay. So then run on agent. Here we will select Azure pipelines. Agent specification will be Ubuntu latest. Now here you can see artifact download. It is using like 2.0 latest, selected all of artifacts and then deploy Azure. So here, okay, this is service connection part and app service name we selected and package or folder. So package or folder here it is showing system default working directory. So this is taking the value from the pipeline. So here we need to change the value. Just click on these three dots and you will see. So this will be our package. So this is the artifact which we have created. And runtime stack. So as we are using a simple static, so I will select static app. Okay. So then here we need to use post deployment action. So this is the action post deployment. Like for example, if you want to perform some actions after the deployments, then we need to use this. So just click on save. Okay. And here you can see the option create a release. So now this will create the release pipeline and it will trigger our release. So you can see release 1 has been created and now it is in queue. So it will start working and it will deploy our application to the Azure web app. So now it is downloading artifact from the Azure Artifact. Now it is deploying Azure App Service. And if you want to see what's happening, so just click on logs and you will see what is happening at the backend. So it will show the live logs, what's happening here. Okay, so it will take some time. So I will open the forum for question and answers. Let me know if you have any questions till that deployment get completed. If any part which you did not understand, let me know. So I will answer it. Anyone has any questions?
Yes, Sanjay, Varun here.
Yeah, hi Varun.
There is like at Azure portal itself, there is a co-pilot written. What is it?
Okay,
Please go to the portal.
this
Yeah,
one.
yeah, co-pilot.
Okay. So this is a AI feature which is provided by the Microsoft Azure.
Okay,
So you can purchase this Copilot, and if you have a Copilot enabled, so let me see if I have. Okay, so this is helps you to write the code actually. So for example, if you're writing a pipeline, so it starts providing you the auto suggestions.
it's a new feature added, right?
Yeah, it's a new AI feature, and that helps to write the YAML pipeline, etc. So uh, I have configured it, but I don't remember it is available it now. If it is available, I will show you.
No, that's okay. Just wanted to understand because I have
Yeah.
seen it
So
before.
this is a feature. So what it does, just like if you have seen a PowerShell, we press the tab, and it
Right.
auto completes, auto suggests. So here, if you start writing the code, it will complete your code automatically. Okay, I think I have. Let me show you. So start testing. So here you can see, I just type table, and it automatically created this.
Yeah.
So this is helps. See, you can see it what it does. You can see this is the first one table. It was the provided by this Visual Studio Code, and now here you
Mm.
can see the grade part, and it is asking to accept for trap and accept word. So this is a co-pilot. So what it is doing, it just read and understand the pattern of my coding, and it
Okay.
provides the suggestions. If you click on accept, you can see so how it came. So here it has studied the previous pattern. So here you can see in previous
Mm.
table I have added a link, and then I have given the parameter. So it just suggests that, and using that it suggests. So this is a co-pilot. So this is a very beautiful feature. This is a paid one, but so here you can see /td. So it is automatically suggesting me the next things. So this is nothing but
Right.
this is using a co-pilot. Yeah, this is a feature, but for that you should be good in like basic understanding of code and all. Then you will
Yeah.
use. So here you
Yeah.
can see this is pipeline has been running successfully, and the code has been deployed. So let us see go to our this page, Azure Web App. So pipeline has been successfully run. So we can see it has deployed Azure Web Services. Let's see, it's taking a lot of time. Click on browse. So it is loading. It is taking a little bit time today to load this. Maybe we have selected East US region, so that may be the reason it is taking a lot of facing the latency. So we need to select East Asia or nearest region, so that we will not have this uh, lot of time to access this website. So here you can see location we have selected is a East US. Okay. It is giving error 1.7.9. So pipeline is successful. Here is no error. So here we can see what has happened here. So just we can read it. Deploy logs can be viewed. So here we can see the logs. Successfully deployed a web app to successfully updated deployment history and app service location. So here also this is available, the URL where application is hosted. Okay. So here, now here you can see we are not able to see the website, right? So there is something wrong. So here we can come to the web app, and here is option diagnose and solve problems. So let's see if we get some errors here, or here we can see the logs as well, log stream, then deployment slots, deployment center. So here we can see the logs. Okay. Here we can see what events are there. Started subscription center. Okay, so here you can see the logs. It is saying it is deploy commit author release successful deployed successfully, but still it is not showing us the application. Okay. Here it is not any error. Okay, so say did pipeline. Okay, one job, one task startup. So we need to figure out like, do we have missed anything, or okay, we are given startup command. Okay, post deployment action. Okay, I think I forgot to add the script post, so that is required. So this is a command. So you can see what is the command. This is a copying reference like home site www root package to the home site www root. So actually, our location of deployment when we do this Azure web deployment, so it goes to this by default. So here we have to put it here. Let's save and test if it create release. Click create. Release 2 has been created. So it is in queue. Let's wait for this time. And we have to see the other part as well. Like we have just kept simple today, local deployment, but here we have to see views as well. So local pre-release release. So that tomorrow we will cover this part, how we can keep it pre-release, post-release. and UAT if it is required. So today we are out of time, but tomorrow we will cover that scenario and remaining concept of the Azure. So it is deploying. It will take 4 to 5 minutes. Let's see if it completes, or if it doesn't get succeed, we will continue tomorrow, the remaining part as well as. Okay. So if anyone has any other questions, so we can extend for 2 to 3 minutes till our pipeline gets completed.
Can we have demo for the AWS also, as we are using Azure? So we
Yes.
can.
So actually, you need here we are using Azure Web App. You can do the same thing on AWS as well. You just need to select the related service and you can do it. Because the thing is like there will be little bit change in a configuration, but the remaining process will be same. So here we added Azure Web App on Azure Web App, deploy to Azure Web App. There we need to use the deployment to the AWS. So that will be the little bit change, and not necessary like you will get Azure or AWS in your organization. There may be chance like you need to host it on a
Unable to. Yeah.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So we will try to take AWS as well. Okay, let's cover it in tomorrow session. Like tomorrow we will use AWS for deployment rather than Azure. So that scenario will be also get covered. No issues. Okay, any other questions? So it is running. So here you can see what is happening. It is deploying Azure App Service, and the task which we have selected, it is the description of the task. This is the version of a task, and who has written this task. So Microsoft has written this, so he is author. And here deploy logs can be viewed at. Okay, so this is also completed. Let's see if we can see it. Okay, so now here you can see our application has been successfully running and the site has been hosted. Okay, so this completes the today's session. We will try to host Azure Artifact using AWS tomorrow session. So see you tomorrow, same time. Till the time, keep practicing, keep learning. Bye-bye.
Bye.